Welcome back to How to Mobile Photo. I'm Neeta Shankar, a wedding and lifestyle photographer from Bangalore. Today I'll be talking about how to get started with mobile photography for beginners using the brand new smartphone Vivo X80 powered by MediaTek Dimensity 9000. For people starting out on mobile photography or for people who like documenting their day-to-day life on mobile phones, following these simple tips can ensure you get great looking mobile photos. Your mobile phone spends a lot of time in your hands as well as your purse or your pocket, and as a result, the camera's lenses can get covered in dirt, dust and fingerprints. A dirty lens will leave smudges, blurs or dust spots on your photos, and that won't look good. So here's the first of our mobile photography tips. If you want clear and sharp photos, clean your phone's lenses. The most common and easiest way to clean the lens of your smartphone is by using a microfiber cloth folded into a triangle. Use the soft, tiny cloth to wipe off dust or sand and brush unwanted fingerprints. Your images will be much sharper after you've done some dusting with a microfiber cloth or even your t-shirt. Cleaning your phone lenses might seem obvious, but most people don't remember to do it. So get into the habit of cleaning the lenses on your phone to get some sharp images. In most of the phones you use, the volume up button will also function as a shutter button while taking photos. Use this feature of your phone to ensure there is no camera shake while clicking. Another basic tip is that most phones these days allow you to quickly open the camera app without even unlocking the phone. It's better to learn this shortcut so that you don't miss out any important moments trying to unlock your phone. On the Vivo X80, when it's locked, if you swipe up from the bottom right corner, you can open the camera. Not getting your line straight is a common photography mistake for both amateur and pro shooters. And it's not something that you can just always fix with the straighten button in your photo editor. The best way to achieve and balance those nice straight lines is to compose correctly when taking your original shot. To do that, you need to line things up and find vertical and horizontal elements that serve as your image anchors. You need to ensure that your camera is on a parallel plane with your subject. Pay attention to the lines in the composition. Having straight lines is a small detail, sure, but a critical one. People may not notice when you get it right, but they'll definitely notice when you get it wrong. A common cause of blurry photos is camera shake. Camera shake happens if you move the camera even very slightly when taking a photo. Now, in bright light conditions, some slight camera movement usually isn't a problem, because when there's lots of light, the camera uses a fast shutter speed to avoid too much light getting in. A fast shutter speed freezes any movement in the scene, including camera movement. So in bright light, your photos will be usually nice and sharp. But in low light conditions, the camera has to use a slower shutter speed to bring in more light. During this long exposure time, any movement, including camera movement, will be captured as a blur or a streak. And this is why you often get blurry photos when shooting in low light or at night. To capture sharp photos in low light, you need to keep the camera really steady. If you have a phone tripod and a phone tripod mount, you can use them to keep your phone perfectly still when shooting. If you do not have a tripod, follow these below steps for sharp photos. Rest your phone on a solid surface such as a wall or a rock. Hold your phone with both hands, making sure you have a good tight grip. Lean against a wall or a tree to steady your body. Position your elbows against your body to keep your arms steady. Crouch down and rest your phone on your knee. Just do whatever you can to keep your phone as still as possible, especially when shooting in low light. If you do this, you'll get the sharpest shots possible, and blurry phone photos will be a thing of the past. Now here's another tip. You can even use night mode on the Vivo X80 when shooting in low light. This camera feature helps you capture sharper night photos with better color and detail. You can also use the long exposure feature on the Vivo X80 for some creative shots capturing motion blur like car trails, light painting, etc. Built-in flash makes the images look flat and the light from the flash is harsh. Instead, try to shoot with ambient light and if possible with directional light from an external source like an LED light or a lampshade, etc. Since we will be clicking and editing a lot of pictures and videos, we definitely need a chipset with brilliant performance, thanks to MediaTek Dimensity 9000 chipset. To ensure your subject is always in sharp focus, you'll need to set the focus point manually. Simply compose your shot, then tap on the screen where you want to set focus. You'd normally want to set focus on your main subject. A yellow box will appear to indicate the focus point. Now just press the shutter button to take your photo. The area that you set the focus on will appear sharp and crisp. Anything in front or behind the focus point may appear out of focus. Once you've got the focus locked, how do you ensure your photos have the perfect level of exposure? You simply adjust the exposure before you take a picture. Start by long pressing the subject to set focus and then swipe up or down to adjust exposure. Swipe up to make the image brighter or swipe down to make it darker. Try to ensure the most important parts of the scene are exposed correctly. When they are exposed correctly, they'll have plenty of color and detail. Digital zoom is a software effect. Zooming in this instance is just cropping the outer parts of the same image and increasing pixel size or extrapolating them. Simply put, smartphone digital zoom isn't doing you any favors. Instead, use the 2x optical zoom present in the Vivo X80 and if needed, crop the image further during post-production. Look for good light for a great image. Lighting makes or breaks your image. It's very hard to make a bad photograph in good light. And guess what? Even after a long editing session, look at the battery level. With MediaTek Dimensity 9000 enhanced LPDDR5, this smartphone consumes very less power and battery can last longer hours in a day. That's it for today. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to the channel for more such content. See you next week.